"Shake it off, quit whining," my dad roared as I lay helpless on the hard floor. Can you imagine lying broken on the ground, paralyzed, only to see your own brother laughing at you and your parents telling you to just walk it off? That day, my world shattered, not just from the fall, but from the brutal betrayal of the people I called family. This isn't just a story about an accident. It's about what happens when the people who should love you most choose denial over your desperate pain, turning emotional neglect into something truly criminal. I'm Audrey, I'm 28 now, and I still relive every agonizing second of that day. Growing up in the Matthews household felt like walking on a minefield. From the outside, we were the picture-perfect suburban family in Massachusetts, a successful accountant dad, an immaculate homemaker mom, two bright kids. But it was all a fragile facade. My father, Douglas, stood at 6 feet 2 inches, a monument of stoicism. For him, emotion was weakness, pain was just something to toughen up through, a toxic belief he inherited and then inflicted on us, especially on my older brother, Jason. "Audrey, you need to toughen up," was his constant refrain, whether I had a scraped knee, a broken heart, or a genuine illness. My feelings were always dismissed, minimized, swept under the rug. My mother, Eleanor, wasn't much better. She'd show flashes of warmth, but her true allegiance was always to my father and to Jason. She was a nervous woman, constantly terrified of upsetting the delicate balance of our family's perfection. If acknowledging my pain meant rocking that boat, she'd choose denial every single time. "Your brother would never complain about something like that," she'd say, her words cutting deeper than any physical injury. And then there was Jason, 3 years my senior, the golden child. In our parents' eyes, he could do no wrong. He was athletic, charismatic, and incredibly manipulative. He learned early on that he could get away with anything as long as he maintained his perfect image. I remember being 7, Jason 10, when he pushed me off my bike, breaking my wrist. When I cried to Mom and Dad, he claimed I was clumsy, that I'd fallen myself. They believed him, no questions asked. At the hospital, Dad lectured me about being careful, while Mom fretted about medical bills. Not once did they question Jason. This awful pattern was the soundtrack of my childhood. Jason's pranks often crossed the line into outright cruelty. When I was 12, he locked me in our dark basement during a thunderstorm, knowing how terrified I was. When I finally got out and confronted my parents, I was accused of seeking attention. At 16, he sabotaged my science project. My parents? They just told me I should have been more prepared. By the time I turned 18, I knew I had to escape. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.